Hi, I'm Rachel. This is Bodybender Mat Pilates. Today we're going to do a little bit more of an upper body focused workout, and we're going to get started on all fours. So I want you to bring your shoulders right over the wrists, the knees under the hips, back is flat, neck is long, and to try to pull your upper body a little bit away from the floor. This is your neutral position. You're going to come back to this every time. But for now, let's do a little bit of spinal stretching here. So the head and tailbone reach up towards the sky. We scoop the belly button and come right back down. So just trying to get a little bit of movement through the spine in both directions. Waking up the back side of our body. Press evenly into all 10 fingers that are on the ground. Press down to those palms. Good. And take that circle in one direction. The head and the tailbone go one way, circle around, you run through the back, and then circle the other direction. Like, try to remember which way is which. It's very hard to do this like on your back. Anyway, come into center, find your neutral, and I want you to curl those toes underneath you. We're gonna hover the knees off the ground to start. So we're just gonna hover the knees and drop them right back down. That's all we're doing to begin. Knees hover and drop back down. And you're not thumping them to the ground, you're going with lots of control. So your abs are involved here, as well as your upper body to help you stabilize. You're not bringing anything forward, just the knees lift and lower down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Next one, I want you to hold those knees up. Walk your feet back into a plank position and then walk them back in. Find that tabletop with the knees lifted. Walk it out, walk right back in. We're just gonna go 6 more times here. Keep pressing the heels away from you. Abs pull in. Good, let's go for 4 more here. I think I said 4 more, I might have lied. 3 more. Upper body stay stable for 2. Good, last one. Bring it all in, take a second, rest, reset. Shake out those wrists if you need to. Today's gonna be kind of wrist heavy, so just take breaks when you need to. We're gonna come back up into a full plank position. So those heels drop back. The shoulders are over the wrists, hips down to the floor. We're gonna go for little shoulder taps today where we reach for the opposite shoulder. Don't flip over though, and come back down. Try to keep the hips to the floor. It's hard, but I want you to try. So we just tap the opposite shoulder with the opposite hand. Try to keep everything in the center. It's hard to do. I can barely do it, but it's a good challenge for your core, for your glutes, and to put more attention into that upper body. Let's go for 10 more seconds here. Good. Keep going here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those knees down, send the hips back. Child's pose. Take a quick reset. Last thing we're gonna do here for a kind of little planking slash just upper body stabilization warm up. I want you to press back out into that plank position one more time. Again, find those wrists underneath the shoulders, heels drop back. We're gonna scoop in the belly button, lift up into a pike position. And then I want you to wave forward with the spine, round forward bone by bone, till you find that plank again. Start in the shoulders as you lift up. Tailbone's the last thing to go to the sky, and then round it all forward. Good. 3 more times, big scoop. Good. 2 more. Last one. On this last one, I want you to hold that plank at the bottom, round it forward and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend those knees, bring it all down. Send the hips back. Child's pose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, we're just gonna take it all forward onto the floor. So you can just kind of belly flop down and take your hands right in front of you. Bringing your hands palm over palm to make a little forehead pillow. So you're gonna bring your elbows out to the side. Sorry, I'm gonna make a pillow for your forehead. A forehead pillow is not a real term. Bring your forehead onto your hands. Drop the shoulders down the back. So that scrunch up into the ears and you have a little bit of space there. I want you to tuck that tailbone, press the tops of the feet into the floor and squeeze your glutes a little bit just to start here. We're gonna lift the head off of the mat. And to do that, we're gonna lift from the mid back. So I want you to keep the hands into the forehead the whole time and lower right back down. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades together here to help you lift. They're not gonna like get super close, obviously, because you have your hands for your forehead. So it's not a huge movement. We're focusing on just finding those muscles and waking them up. We don't need to make them, run a marathon quite yet. Good. Let's go for 4 more here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you to help you lift. 3 more. Belly button pulls in for 2. Last one. I want you to just hold up there for a second. Pull the shoulders down the back. Come all the way back down. Bring those hands right underneath the armpits now. Elbows are pinned in as close as they can be towards you. Gaze is forward, and you're not going to stare straight down into the mat. I want you to look just a tiny bit ahead of you. Look just to the edge of your mat. From here, we're going to use our hands to help us lift up. We're still really pulling from just the shoulders to help us lift. And the highest we're going to go is elbows in line with the ribs. So that might be a little different depending on the length of your arms, but you're not going up all the way into like a yoga cobra. So we're just keeping this nice and muscular, keeping it right in the mid-back, with a little bit of help from the arms, and then lowering back down. The arms are not doing the heavy lifting here. It is the muscles in between your shoulder blades. Pull, pull, pull them together, and draw the shoulders down your back at the same time. I know it's a lot to think about for this move. So small, yet so intricate. Squeeze the glutes together still. Tuck those abs in towards the spine. Good. Let's go for 4 more here. Pressing up a little bit higher if you can. 3 more. Keep breathing through it for 2. Ooh, good. Last one. Sorry, just like felt something crack in my back. It was very satisfying. Good. Last one. Bring those hands out to the side. So you got a nice T position with your hands. Palms are facing towards the floor to start. Hover your hands up just a few inches off the floor so they're in line with the shoulders. Same idea. We're going to pull those hands back by squeezing the shoulder blades together and then reach the hands back out to the side. They never touch the floor. Try to keep your palms facing towards the floor the whole time. To do that, think more about pressing into the back side of your arms as well as in between the shoulder blades. Those are the 2 muscle groups that help you move here. The triceps and all those muscles that wrap around your spine below your shoulders. Let's go for 5 more here. Neck stays long. Keep looking forward, not straight down at the ground. 2 more. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I said 5 more and then I said 2. Now let's do 3 more. There we go. Let's meet in the middle. Last 2, for real though. Final one, I want you to hold those hands as close as you can towards your hips. Keep reaching up a little bit higher. Tap those fingertips right into the side of your hips for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hands down and press yourself back into a child's pose. Whew. So those knees press open wide, give you a little space to drop your hips. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Good. When you're ready, we're gonna pop back up onto all 4s. So instead of kind of just having the hands right underneath the shoulders, plot twist, we're gonna move them forward just a little bit. I know, so unusual, we don't normally do this. I want you to start with just your whole shins and your knees on the mat. We're gonna go for kind of a very modified kind of tabletop push-up thing. I don't really know what we would call this. It's like, it's the lazy girl's push-up. But I want you to just send your upper body down to the mat and lift right back up. We're not even doing the fancy bouncy on the knees thing today. We're keeping everything down. But this is just the warm-up. We're gonna make it spicier in a second. Elbows are going out slightly to the side. Tailbone is tucked a little bit underneath you. Shoulders down the back. And take it at a nice slow pace. Let's go for 2 more here. Last one, I want you to lift up. Now, option to make it a little bit spicier. Extend that right leg out behind you. Why would we do that? You say, well, I want you to use that leg as a nice big lever. So as you press the arms down, this time the leg goes up. Press back up, find that tabletop position. Leg lifts up, arms go down, we lift up. Abs stay pulled in the whole time. Try to keep those hips squared off to the floor. Let's just go for 4 more on this side, and then I've got to switch. 3 more, big press. For 2. Last one, come up all the way, switch sides. That left leg shoots back. Again, check and make sure those hips are squared off to the floor. Make sure you got a nice even weight between both hands. And we press everything down, lift that back leg up. Come back down. And this side might feel a little bit different. Depends on kind of the tightness of your glutes and your hips here, but you try to keep everything squared off. Abs are pulling in. Tailbone stays tucked. We're pressing up with the arms. not just letting kind of the leg flop back down. Let's go for 4 more here. 3 more. 2. Last one. Bring it all down. Ooh, don't fall over. Press your hips back. Take a quick reset, child's pose. Relax the arms, relax those wrists. Wrist is like a really hard word for me to say this week. I don't know why. All right, you know it's a good workout if your pants are already falling over. So, still got a few more things to do here though. So I want everyone to come onto their left side to start. Line your body up with the back edge of your mat, and you're gonna be lifted up on your forearm. So have your wrist kind of right in front of your elbow, length out of the left side of your body, and cross your right foot over your left. So your right foot's forward and you have kind of like, I call them like the knives of your feet, like pressing down into the mat, but it's kind of like, you know, the skinny side, the sides of them. We're gonna lift up into a side plank. I know, so fun. I want you to use your hand to help you scoop up and lift. So you can even keep that right hand here the whole time to make sure you're lifting, or reach up towards the sky. We're just gonna go for little hip dips up and down. Those hips drop down 1 inch and lift up. Drop down, lift up. Just for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all down for a second reset. All right, now you're welcome to just do that exact same thing or hold it, or if you want to get a little bit fancier today, which you're welcome to do, or say fuck it, no way. We're gonna lift up again, find that side plank. Right arm's gonna reach up towards the sky. We're gonna scoop underneath the left side of our ribs. Come right back to the front. Scoop under, lift back up. Let's just go 6 more times here. Keep lifting. 5 more. Go for 4. 3, keep breathing through it, you're almost done. For 2. Last one. Bring it all down. Whew. Shake it out. Done with that side. Punch something in front of you if that feels good. That's what I always do after side planks. I just have the urge to just kind of shadow box. I don't really know with what, just like my ego, my sense of self-worth, who knows? Okay, let's switch to the other side. Left foot's gonna come forward this time. Find those knives of your feet on this side. I want you to bring that left hand, that right hand, that right wrist in front of that right elbow. So you have a nice L shape here, nice and supported. Bring that left hand right underneath those right ribs. We lift those hips up. Make sure that right side of the body is long. Option to bring the left hand up towards the sky. We drop the hips down and lift back up. Hips drop and lift for 8. Squeezing the belly button in the whole time. 6 more. 5, keep lengthening both sides of the body for 4. 3, 2, last one. Bring those hips all the way down. Take a reset. Deep breath in, deep breath out. When you're ready, we're gonna lift right back up. Option, just do that same set again on this side, or take that left hand up towards the sky. Scoop the hands underneath the right side of the body. Come back up to center. We scoop, come back to center. Just 6 more here. I'm still pulling the whole time. Last 4, 3, 2, final 1. Bring it all down. Whew. Take a good shake out of those wrists, and then flip on over to be lying down onto your back, actually. So your feet are gonna be flat on the floor. And just take a second, actually. Recover. Stretch those arms up overhead. Get a nice big stretch there. Reach the fingertips towards the other side of the room. I'd say towards the sky, but it's not what I mean. When you're ready, I want you to kind of sit yourself up on your elbows. Kind of like a chilling at the beach or the pool vibe here. So feet are flat. Elbows are kind of just a little bit back behind your shoulders. And we're gonna start to reach one hand towards the knee on the same side, and then reach the other hand to the other knee, and then press those elbows back down. So this move is like deceptively easy, right? Because obviously you're like, I lift myself up in this position every single day off of the couch. But I'm asking you to do it now without the support of your legs, of your head. Just use those abs to help you reach one hand forward and one hand back. Let's go for 4 more here. Big scoop for 3. And it doesn't matter to me the order of which hand comes down first or not. It's gonna be hard no matter what. Last one. Good. Bring it all back down. Rest for a second. Put your weight into those elbows. We're gonna try a second set here where you have the option to keep reaching with one hand at a time, or go for 2 hands at a time. which is definitely a little more challenging. Make sure you're tucking that tailbone underneath you. Hover those elbows. Reach forward, try to touch those knees, and bring it right back down. Or those shins. I don't like to say touch your knees, but I'm touching my shins. I just have really long hands. Okay, this is way harder. So we're gonna do only 4 more of these because I'm already dying. 4 more. Ah, fuck, for 3. 2. Last one. See, effective. Even the pros can barely do that one. Why is that so hard? I know why anatomically, but like I don't want to believe it. All right, we're gonna do one more thing while we're here. This one you just get to lie down. So a little bit easier. I want you to bring your hands flat onto the mat. Feet are flat. And we're just gonna kind of curl to the side. I want you to reach your right hand to your right ankle and then switch to the left side. So we twist and twist. And actually bring the head and chest off the mat here just a little bit, curling over your belly button, pull it down towards the floor. Shoulders stay away from the ears, keep the chin out of the chest, just twisting back and forth here. Try to move nothing else except from that rib cage. So your hips aren't wobbling around, it's just the ribs. Let's go for 5 more here. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Good. Bring everything down, bring the arms up overhead. Stretch out the legs as well. Just get nice and long. Reach everything away from each other. Deep breath in and out. Good. When you're ready, I want you to execute a full roll-up to sit up. So, to do a full roll-up, I want you to reach those hands up overhead, tuck the chin into the chest, and scoop yourself up, pulling the abs back as you lift, 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 lift. Oh my God, you're here, great. All right, I want you to take those feet now and plant them flat. I'm just checking where we're at for time. Ooh, we're doing great today, not gonna lie. Normally I'm feeling very rushed, but not right now. All right, so feet are gonna be flat. Hands are gonna be a little bit behind you, palms onto the floor, fingertips facing in towards you. That lovely capital M shape I sometimes talk about. From here, we're gonna make it nice and simple to start. We're just gonna lift those hips up and find a tabletop position, and then lower back down. So we're squeezing the glutes to lift while also pulling in the ribs, and we're pulling the shoulders away from the ears, turning the elbows towards each other as we lift up. It's gonna get a little more arm heavy in just a second, but I wanna start nice and slow. So we squeeze the glutes as we lift it up. Good. Let's go for 4 more here. 3 more. 2. Last one. Take a second, reset, shake out those wrists. You're gonna need them in a minute. And by a minute, I mean right now. Again, let's bring those fingertips back towards you. Palms flat into the floor. We're gonna lift those hips up just a few inches here. And we're gonna bend those elbows to drop the whole body down. Lift right back up. So the hips don't have to come all the way to the floor. In fact, they shouldn't. You don't wanna hunker down and press down with your butt. You want this work in the back of the arms. Pull those elbows towards each other like you're trying to hold onto a beach ball with them behind you. Let's go for 3 more here. 2 more. Last one, lift all the way. Send those hips down, shake out those wrists one more time. I mean, we're gonna do it a few more times. Shadow box with whoever's in front of you. All right, bring your hands right behind you again, fingertips facing towards you. We're gonna lift those hips up. And this time we're gonna bring that one leg into tabletop. Let's start with the right leg. So as we bend the elbows down, that right knee's gonna come into you. And we're gonna reach out, extend that right leg out, straighten out the legs. We bend everything in, reach it all out. You don't need to bring the hips into tabletop. We're just adding a little extra dynamic movement to our tricep dips. Let's go for 3 more on this side, because this is plenty. 2 more. Last one. Bend it all in. Shake out those wrists. Take a second. And I realize I never look cool doing this, but it feels really nice to just, good. All right. Okay, hands come behind you again. One more time. Last little set here. We're gonna lift those hips off of the floor. That left leg is gonna kind of come into tabletop now, if I can say that. Bend your elbows down to start. Lift up, extend that left leg away. Bend it all in, extend away. We bend in and extend, good. Abs are still pointing towards that spine for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring it all down. Woo! Good work. Come into the center of your mat. Just take a little second, shake it out. I want you to bring your right arm across your body, hook your right elbow into your left, and just gently pull across your body. Kind of like, really more like the right forearm, and pull the right shoulder back at the same time. So you're still squared off, just getting a little extra stretch into the head of that shoulder, head of the bicep, tricep. Deep breath in, deep breath out. When you're ready, switch the cross of your arms. That left arm crosses over the body, hook it into that right elbow, pull the left shoulder back at the same time. Good. Bring those arms up overhead. Bend the left elbow, oh God, it's juicy, and pull onto that left elbow with your right hand. And still sit up nice and tall to start. Drop the left shoulder down away from the ears. It'll help you lengthen out the stretch. Scrunching up is not gonna do the same thing. Lengthen it out. And to get more of a stretch, bend more deeply into the left elbow instead of pulling up towards your ears. Breathe into it. Whew, that feels nice. And if we want to make a little more side body, take a gentle bend from the waist over to the right. Good. When you're ready, come back through center. Switch those arms, bring them back up overhead. Ooh, right elbow bends in, grab onto it with your left hand. Oh my God, that was so tight. Drop the shoulder down the back. Sorry, I'm just like marveling at the tightness of my own arms. Don't mind me, you just keep stretching. Drop the shoulders down the back. Bend more into that right elbow to make the stretch deeper. And you can even kind of like force that bend by pressing the palm of your left hand into kind of like your right forearm. Drop the shoulders down the back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. All right, when you're ready, roll those shoulders forward a few times and roll them back. I want to do one more thing while I've got you here before you go on with your lives. And we're just going to lie back down fully onto our stomachs for this. It's not the collapse and cry portion of the class quite yet, but we're getting there. So for this, I just want you to bring your hands right out in front of you and bring, actually, why am I doing it this way? You guys stay where you are. I'm going to try to not run into my couch. All right, there we go. Okay, let's bring those feet about hip width apart and bring the arms straight out in front of you. We're gonna go for slow swimming to start. So right hand and left leg are gonna lift up at the same time. We drop back down, switch to the other side. Keep the neck long. And I really want you to lift out of the glute rather than arching into the low back. If you feel your back arching, keep the leg a little bit smaller. In fact, you can even eliminate the leg if it creates too much tension. Going nice and slow to start. Let's go 4 more times here. 3 more. 2. Last one. Bring everything down for a second. Quick reset. I want you to lift up both arms and both legs at the same time now. So everything is lifted off the floor, kind of like in one of those Superman poses. From here, we're gonna go for faster swimming. So let's bring those palms to face down towards the floor. We drop the right hand and left at the same time, left, right, back and forth, switch back and forth. Go a little bit faster now. We're gonna go here for 20 seconds. I don't care if you're not doing it quite right. What I care about is your glutes are squeezing, your shoulders are pulling together, your abs are pulled in, your low back is relaxed. 10 more seconds here. Keep swimming, you're almost done. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring those hands under the wrists. Peel yourself back, press back into a child's pose. Knees drop out wide to the side. Hips to the heels, head to the mat. And to get a little extra shoulder stretch here, bring your hands behind you, clasp the hands, and just reach the hands up towards the sky. You can keep the forehead rounded down into the floor. Or you can lift it up a little bit. I don't really care. It depends on how your forehead feels today. When you're ready, unclasp those hands. Press yourself up and come all the way to standing. Just kind of on the center of your mat or at the back of your mat, or if you're like me, way behind it so you can still be in frame. Take a big inhale, bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, roll down to the floor. Let your upper body hang as heavy as possible. Slight bend in the knees. Really try to reach the crown of the head to the floor. Reach for opposite elbows to help pull you down even further. Gently sway back and forth. Give me a little twist. Both sides of your body. Put more weight into one foot than the other. Just take a second, find anywhere that feels particularly juicy or nice to hang out, and just hold on to it for a minute. When you're ready, you're gonna come back into the center, straighten out both your legs as much as you can, release your elbows, let your hands fall to the floor, and start by squeezing your glutes to roll yourself back up to standing. Head is elastic to come up, tuck that tailbone underneath you, restack all your vertebrae, bone by vertebrae, bone by bone. When you get to the top, roll those shoulders forward a few times and roll them back. Take one big, delicious, wonderful inhale. Bring the hands up overhead. Exhale, put your hands down into your chest. Close your eyes, press your palms into each other. Tuck your tailbone a little bit here. Find nice even weight between both of your feet. And thank yourself for working so hard today. It's not always easy to show up for yourself, and you guys do it, and I'm so impressed when you do. And thank you so much for working out with me, because we are done for the day. Once again, this has been By the Bender Mat Pilates. I'm Rachel, and I hope to see you again soon. So thank you, and goodbye. Okay, cool. I didn't run towards the camera. It's always a plus.